Afternoon, everybody. Well, blimey, we won back-to-back games. Um, I can't even criticise yesterday. I probably can think of something. It's me. It wouldn't be me without thinking of something to criticise about. But yeah, I hope we're all keeping well. Rovers, well, I think they surprised everybody yesterday. Certainly me. Um, Certainly at half-time, Rovers being a goal down. I thought, here we go. It'd be like a similar maybe to the Newport game, Leighton Orient game, where the team we play isn't particularly great, but they're very efficient with their chances, and Rovers would be left to rue theirs. Um, and we didn't. And I thought we were really good at counting ourselves yesterday. And we played like a team, which we haven't really seen for a long time. And certainly in the last 18 months, 2 years, you could see we haven't really played as a team. Um, and I think all the issues I think people have with Barton's sides that he's had so far, they kind of those were kind of starting to be resolved now. The lack of togetherness, I say the effort, but the lack of the real thumping challenges. They were starting to come through yesterday, and there's certain players who have had a lot of criticisms this season. They should decide to have a water drink. Why not? There's a lot of players this season who've had a lot of criticisms, rightly or wrongly, but in the last 2 3 games they've really stepped up. And you know, Paul Grant, Josh Grant was 100% deserving of his man of the match. Was unlucky earlier in the game. I think he hit the post at one point, um, and he took his goal excellently. Um, but it's also worth noting, I think Paul Coutts was brilliant yesterday. I thought he played some fantastic passes across the midfield, and without wishing to kind of condone hate or criticisms and whatnot, but it's almost like these players that have seen it now, and it's kind of spurred them on a bit. It's given them that extra 10% they didn't have before. Even Nick Anderton, is it Nick Anderton? It's Anderton. I think that's his first name. Shows how much I care still. These players I still didn't have a connection with. But the more you win and the more graft and hard work and effort you give, I'll start to know your name. Um, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Now, it's taken a long time. Don't get me wrong. I thought maybe by now we'd be sort of in the playoffs looking towards the top three. It's not happened. So people who criticise Barton for that, how we're still a long ways off, absolutely right. However, Dexter's having a mad 5 minutes in the front room, if you can hear. I do apologise. So, yeah, those who criticise in that respect, I completely agree with, and we are a long ways off where Barton said we would be. Um, but we are getting now. I think we are now starting to turn this corner. I think Newport aside over the last home game, I think since the Swindon defeat, we've certainly looked a lot stronger at the back. Okay, we didn't score a lot of goals, but we are creating more chances, and we didn't have a striker on the pitch yesterday, um, and we still created quite a few chances. And there was plenty of times during that game yesterday. I thought if we had a striker on the pitch, we would have scored two or three easy. Let alone the 2 goals we scored, we could have scored another two, no problem. So the game itself, Northampton, they came in and I thought this would be a tough game here because they've scored a lot of goals recently, but they're very, very good at the back, and Rovers are going to have to be at their best to get through Northampton. Um, and Northampton they were quite tight at the back. You could see how they've done well, but going forward, my word, they didn't cause any problems. They did have one chance earlier on, which was through Rovers' own mistake. Harry sort of misjudged the flight of the ball, headed it back into the path of a Northampton player, and he should have scored. But you've got Belshaw in goal, who's on unbelievable form at the moment. It's like nothing can get past him at the moment. Um, and I feel sorry for Belshaw because he deserved a clean sheet yesterday. The penalty, was it a penalty? I think it's kind of one of those situations. It depends what team you are. If you're the attacking team, you're going to say that's a penalty all day. If you're the defending team, you're going to say it's not. I can see why the referee gave it. Um, I was of the opinion I didn't think it was a penalty. Looking back at it, I still don't think it was a penalty, but I can see why the referee gave it. You know, was he a bit late to the ball? Perhaps, but this is what I always say: when you win a game or you get the result you're looking for, the referee becomes irrelevant. and that's why I don't like the blame of referees. I do defend referees a lot, but I don't like the notion of we lost the game because of the referee. You know, you've still got another how long left in the game to put it right. And it was a shame because the referee up until that point I thought hadn't done a bad job. Not that he'd done a great deal to do, but you get these referees, don't you, where the game's quiet and they make the game all about them. And in the second half, you just let the game go. And I do think it was a second red for Whelan, or second yellow, sorry, for Whelan. It was a late challenge. No real complaints from the Rovers players either. So he'll be out Tuesday, but he'll be back Saturday. So I'm not really going to complain about that. I'd rather him be back Saturday than miss next weekend. So that's fine. And Rovers were full money for their win. And I've got to give mention to Anthony Evans. If we keep him beyond January, forget end of the season, but the form he's on at the moment, we'll struggle to keep him in January. He's been absolutely fantastic since coming through. Nicholson, yeah, he's out of position. I said last week I've not really seen a great deal of him since he's come back. You can't fault his effort though. And I said this on Twitter yesterday. I said hard work, effort, and passion. That's all I care about, really. If you win or lose, fine. But as long as you try, if you try and give everything, that's all I care about, really. And myself personally, I needed a Rovers performance like that yesterday. And that I proper felt yesterday. That was a big, big win yesterday. And Rovers could have easily crumbled. 8 minutes of additional time. Big block on the line from Taylor. But yesterday did feel like a turning point. Whatever this is, it does feel like a turning point now. And without looking too far ahead, but the next, the next two league games, you've got Tranmere and Salford. They're both winnable games. The big one will be Forest Green in a couple of weeks. That'll be the big test, is if we've turned the corner. If we can get a positive result there, I hate saying this, but even if we take a point there, I take it. At the moment, if we can, get 4 to 6 points from these next two games, I take a point at Forest Green. It's just building that stability, little by little, bit by bit. It's taken a long time. I've been impatient. A lot of people have been impatient, but now it looks as though we're starting to get this change going now. I don't know what it is. It could be a false dawn. I could be on no context Bristol Rovers next weekend after we lose to Tranmere. I say Rovers are back yesterday. I thought about that after, and I thought maybe shouldn't have put that. But it's out there. But we just got to take it a game at a time. And my word, we need a striker. We need a striker because we did well yesterday. We took our chances, but we do need a striker. And I don't know what this says for Aaron Collins. He still can't get a start. Kieran Phillips is off on loan at Swindon Supermarine at the moment. Bit of a jump, really, to jump up 3 leagues and go, there you are, getting the first team. But we need a striker in January. Everyone can see that. Stevie Wonder can see that. But if we can just keep the defence tight, I think that's half the problem. I think if Rovers can keep the defence in the defensive work minimal and keep it tight, I think we'll be fine. Yeah. So it's a bit difficult when we win because there's less to really kind of dissect because you can't really pick it. You can't really pick apart things. When you win, it's excellent. I can't really kind of say where I think we can improve on. Overall, a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 game yesterday for Rovers. So that'll do for my waffling for today. Thanks for whoever's tuned in. The views have been steady, so thanks very much for that. And I'll be up Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be up Wednesday to talk about the Oxford game. I'll be there Tuesday, so that'll be all good. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.